My beloved child, come closer to me. Be still for a moment. Take a slow breath. Let your heart become quiet. You have carried so much for so long. You tried to stay strong. You tried to keep moving. You smiled when others were watching. You stayed silent when your heart was breaking. I saw every moment. I saw every tear you refused to let fall. I heard every prayer you whispered in the darkness. I know the thoughts that never left your lips. Nothing about your life has been hidden from me. Nothing. Not one fear. Not one disappointment. Not one lonely night. I know the weight you have been carrying. I know how tired your soul feels. Some mornings, getting out of bed felt like a battle. Some nights, sleep never truly came. Your mind kept running. Your heart kept asking questions. You wondered if anything would ever change. You wondered if I was listening. You wondered if I had forgotten you. My beloved child, I have never forgotten you, not for 1 second. There has never been a day when I stopped looking at you. There has never been a moment when my love became smaller, even when you could not feel my presence. I was there. Even when your eyes saw only closed doors, I was beside you. Even when your heart became weak, my hands were holding you. You may not remember every moment, but I do. I remember the day your heart was broken. I remember the words that wounded you. I remember the promises others failed to keep. I remember every disappointment that made you question your worth. And through all of it, I stayed. I never walked away. Others may have misunderstood you. Others may have left. Others may have stopped believing in you. But I never did. I still see the beautiful heart I created. I still see the kindness inside you. I still see the strength that you no longer recognize. You think you have become weaker, but I see someone who has continued walking through storms that would have caused many others to stop. You are still here. That is not an accident. That is my grace carrying you. Do not measure yourself by your exhaustion. Do not believe the voice that tells you you are failing. That voice is not mine. My voice speaks peace. My voice speaks hope. My voice speaks life. And today, I want you to hear my voice again. You do not have to pretend with me. You do not have to hide your fears. You do not have to hide your questions. Bring them to me. Bring me your heavy heart. Bring me your silent tears. Bring me the burdens you have carried alone. I am not afraid of your weakness. I am not disappointed by your questions. I am not distant from your pain. I am closer than you know. When you cried alone, I was there. When no one understood, I understood. When you thought nobody noticed your struggle, I noticed every step. I counted every sacrifice. I saw every act of faith. I saw every time you chose kindness instead of bitterness. I saw every time you stood back up after falling. Nothing has been wasted. Not your waiting. Not your tears. Not your prayers. Not even your silence. I have been working through moments you thought were empty. I have been holding you through days you thought you survived by yourself. You never walked alone. You never faced those battles alone. You never carried your life without me. My beloved child, stop believing that my silence means my absence. Silence is not abandonment. Silence is not rejection. Silence is not the end of your story. Sometimes I work where human eyes cannot see. Sometimes I move in ways your heart cannot yet understand. Sometimes my greatest work begins long before you notice the first change. So, do not lose heart. Do not give up because you cannot see everything. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are deeply loved. You are deeply known. You are deeply cared for. Every beat of your heart matters to me. Every prayer reaches me. Every hope is precious to me. I know the future that frightens you. I know the questions that keep returning. I know the dreams you are afraid to speak about anymore. And still, I tell you this. Stay close to me. Stay with me. Keep walking beside me. Not because you understand everything, but because I understand everything. You do not need all the answers today. You only need to know this one truth. I see you. I hear you. I have never left you, and I never will. My beloved child, I know waiting is not easy. I know your heart grows tired. Every day feels the same. Every prayer seems to return without an answer. You look around. Nothing appears to change. The doors remain closed. The silence continues. You begin to wonder if your hope has been misplaced. You ask yourself if waiting still has a purpose. I hear those questions. I have heard every one of them. And today, I want to remind you of something your heart has forgotten. Waiting is not the same as being abandoned. Delay is not the same as denial. Silence is not the same as absence. Just because you cannot see my hands does not mean I have stopped working. There are moments when the greatest changes happen where human eyes cannot reach. Roots grow before branches appear. Seeds break open before flowers bloom. Morning begins long before the sun rises over the horizon. In the same way, my work often begins long before you can recognize it. Do not judge your future by what you see today. There is more happening than you know. I am arranging what you cannot arrange. I am opening hearts you cannot reach. I am moving circumstances beyond your control. I am placing people where they need to be. I am removing obstacles before you even know they exist. You see only one step. I see the entire journey. You see today's struggle. I already see tomorrow's victory. Trust my vision more than your own. There have been times when you asked me for something immediately. You believed it was the perfect moment, but I could see what you could not. I knew another path would bring greater peace. I knew another door would bring greater joy. I knew another season would strengthen your heart. If I had answered every prayer exactly when you wanted, you would have missed blessings that were far greater than your request. That is why I ask you to trust my timing, not because it is always easy, but because it is always filled with love. I never delay to hurt you. I never make you wait to punish you. I never remain silent because I no longer care. Everything I do flows from my love for you, even when you do not understand it. My child, think about how many times you worried over something that never happened. Think about how many times I quietly carried you through dangers you never even noticed. There are blessings you celebrate, but there are also countless blessings you never see. I have protected you more times than you know. I have redirected your steps more times than you remember. I have closed doors that would have brought sorrow. I have delayed moments that would have caused unnecessary pain. One day, you will look back and understand. One day, you will see that what felt like rejection was actually protection. What felt like loss was preparation. What felt like silence was my quiet work unfolding. Until then, I ask you to keep walking. Do not let impatience steal your peace. Do not let fear write the story of your future. Your future is already in my hands, and my hands do not fail. You do not need to force every door open. You do not need to carry every burden by yourself. You do not need to solve every problem tonight. Leave room for me to work. Leave room for miracles that cannot be explained by human strength. Leave room for hope to grow again. Sometimes the answer arrives slowly because your heart is becoming stronger. Sometimes the blessing comes later because it is becoming greater. Sometimes the path becomes longer because it is leading somewhere more beautiful than you imagined. Do not compare your journey with anyone else's. I have written your story with care. I know every chapter before it unfolds. Nothing has been forgotten. Nothing has been overlooked. Every promise I have spoken still stands. Every prayer you have offered still matters. Every tear you have cried has been seen. So, rest your heart, release your worry. Stop measuring my faithfulness by the calendar. Measure it by my unchanging love. That love has never failed you. It never will. Even now, while you are listening to my voice, I am working. Even now, I am preparing what you have been praying for. Even now, I am making a way where you cannot yet see one. So do not lose hope, my beloved child. The page you are living today is not the end of your story. It is only one small part of the beautiful future I have been preparing for you all along. My beloved child, there is something I want you to release today. It is not your dream. It is not your hope. It is your fear. Fear has spoken to you for too long. It has whispered in the quiet hours. It has followed you into your mornings. It has tried to convince you that nothing will ever change. It tells you that you are alone. It tells you that you are forgotten. It tells you that you have waited for nothing. But that voice is not mine. I do not speak through fear. I speak through peace. I speak through love. I speak through hope. My child, do not believe every thought that enters your mind. Not every voice deserves your trust. Some voices are born from disappointment. Some are born from exhaustion. Some are born from old wounds that have never fully healed. Those voices only repeat what pain has taught them. But I speak a different truth. I see beyond this moment. I see beyond this season. I see beyond every closed door standing in front of you. You are looking at today. I am looking at forever. That is why my peace is greater than your understanding. You ask, what if nothing changes? But I ask you to remember another question. What if I am already changing everything? What if the answer is closer than you realize? What if the delay has almost reached its end? What if this difficult season is preparing you for a blessing that could never have arrived sooner? You do not know. That is why fear has no right to write your future. Only I know what tomorrow holds. Only I know the road ahead. Only I know how every piece will come together. My beloved child, do not allow today's circumstances to become tomorrow's conclusions. A storm does not last forever. Night never keeps the sun from rising. Winter never has the final word. Every season changes, and this season will change too. You have survived days that once seemed impossible. You have walked through valleys you never thought you would leave. You have overcome pain you believed would destroy you. Do not forget what my grace has already done in your life. If I carried you then, I will carry you now. If I remained faithful then, I remain faithful today. My character has never changed. My love has never become weaker. My promises have never lost their power. Hold on to that truth, not because your feelings always agree with it, but because my truth is greater than your feelings. There will always be moments when your heart feels uncertain. There will always be days when questions seem louder than answers. That does not mean I have stopped leading you. Sometimes faith simply means taking one more step. One quiet step. One peaceful step. One trusting step. You do not need to run. You do not need to know every answer. You only need to keep your hand in mine. I know where I am leading you. Even when the path feels unfamiliar. Even when you cannot see around the next corner. Even when your heart wants certainty before it moves. Trust me anyway. Not because life is easy, but because I am faithful. My child, look at how fear has treated you. It has stolen your sleep. It has stolen your joy. It has stolen moments that should have been filled with peace. It has asked you to carry burdens that do not belong to you. You were never created to live beneath that weight. You were created to live beneath my love. You were created to rest in my care. You were created to walk with confidence, knowing that I go before you. So lay your fear before me. Do not hold on to it any longer. You do not have to protect yourself from every possible tomorrow. I am already there. I am already waiting in the days you have not yet lived. Nothing will surprise me. Nothing will catch me unprepared. Nothing is greater than my power. Nothing is beyond my reach. When uncertainty comes, remember my voice. When worry returns, remember my promises. When fear begins to rise again, remember who walks beside you. You are not walking toward an unknown future alone. You are walking with the one who already knows the end from the beginning. That should bring peace to your heart. Not because every question has been answered, but because the one who holds every answer is holding you. So lift your eyes. My beloved child, do not let fear become your guide. Let my love lead you. Let my peace quiet your heart. Let my presence become stronger than your doubts. I have never stopped working. I have never stopped loving you. And I will never stop leading you, one faithful step at a time. My beloved child, you have been carrying burdens that were never meant for your shoulders. You have tried to hold everything together. You have tried to solve every problem. You have tried to protect everyone you love. You have tried to stay strong for everyone else. But who has been carrying you? Come to me. Sit with me for a while. You do not have to rush. You do not have to keep proving your strength. You do not have to keep pretending that everything is fine. I already know the truth. I know where your heart feels tired. I know where your mind refuses to rest. I know the questions that keep returning. I know the weight that has followed you from one day into the next. You do not need to hide any of it from me. Bring it all into my hands. Bring me your worries. Bring me your disappointments. Bring me your unanswered prayers. Bring me your fears about tomorrow. Bring me the things you cannot change. You were never created to carry them alone. My child, there is a difference between responsibility and burden. Some things I have asked you to do, but many things you have placed upon yourself. You worry about every outcome. You replay every conversation. You imagine every possible problem. You carry tomorrow before it arrives. You carry yesterday even though it is already past. Your heart was never designed to live that way. That is why you feel so weary. That is why peace seems so far away. Today, I invite you to let go, not because your problems are small, but because my strength is greater than them all. You do not have to know how everything will work out. You only need to know who is walking beside you. I have never asked you to carry the future. I have only asked you to trust me with it. Leave tomorrow in my hands. Leave your unanswered questions with me. Leave your hidden fears with me. Let me carry what has been crushing your heart. My shoulders never grow tired. My hands never become weak. My love never reaches its limit. There is no burden too heavy for me. No mistake too great. No wound too deep. No situation beyond my power. My beloved child, you have spent so much time trying to control what only I can control, and it has exhausted you. Rest does not come from having every answer. Rest comes from knowing that I am still in control. Even now, even here, even in the middle of uncertainty, I remain faithful. Nothing has slipped from my hands. Nothing has escaped my attention. Nothing has become impossible for me. So why should your heart live in constant fear? Look at the birds that rise each morning. They do not know what the day will bring, yet they sing. Look at the flowers that bloom in their season. They do not force themselves to grow. They simply receive what I provide. In the same way, I want your heart to learn to rest in my care, not in your own strength, not in your own understanding, but in my unfailing love. My child, you have mistaken constant striving for faithfulness. You believe you must always be doing more, trying harder, thinking longer, worrying deeper. But worry has never created peace. Fear has never opened a single door. An anxious heart cannot change tomorrow. It can only steal today. Do not let that happen any longer. Receive the gift of this moment. Receive the breath I have given you. Receive the peace that comes from my presence. You are safe with me. You do not have to earn my care. You do not have to earn my attention. You do not have to fight for my love. It has always been yours. Before you asked, before you understood, before you even knew my name, I loved you, and I love you still. Nothing can change that. Not your failures, not your doubts, not your weakness, not your waiting. My love remains the same. So lean on me. When your strength is gone, lean on me. When your heart feels overwhelmed, lean on me. When your mind becomes restless, lean on me. You will never be a burden to me. You will never interrupt me. You will never come to me at the wrong time. My arms are always open. My ears are always listening. My heart is always turned toward you. Rest, my beloved child. Not because every problem has disappeared, but because I am greater than every problem. Rest. Not because you can see the whole journey, but because I already do. Rest. Not because life has become perfect, but because my presence has never left your side. Lay your heart in my hands. Stay close to me, and let my peace become stronger than everything that has been stealing your joy. My beloved child, there are moments in life that still confuse you, moments you cannot explain, doors that never opened, dreams that quietly disappeared, plans that suddenly changed. You have asked me many times, why did this happen? Why did it end? Why did I lose something I cared about? I have heard every question, and I have never been offended by your tears. I understand your disappointment. I understand your confusion. But today, I want to show you something your heart has not been able to see. Not every closed door is a punishment. Not every goodbye is a defeat. Not every delay is a loss. Sometimes, the greatest expression of my love is the door I do not allow you to enter. You only see the opportunity. I see the destination. You only see what you wanted. I see what your heart truly needs. There are roads that looked beautiful from a distance, yet they would have led you into pain. There are people you wished would stay, yet they would have slowly stolen your peace. There were opportunities that seemed perfect, yet they would have carried burdens you were never meant to bear. My child, I do not close doors to make your life harder. I close them because I love you. A loving father does not allow his child to walk into danger without protection. Many times, my protection does not look like what you expected. Sometimes, my protection looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like waiting. Sometimes it looks like disappointment. Sometimes it looks like a path changing without warning. In those moments, trust my heart, even when you cannot understand my ways. Remember this, I always see farther than you do. You are looking at today. I am looking at years ahead. You are thinking about this season. I am preparing the next chapter of your life. Nothing I do is without purpose. Nothing I allow is without meaning. Even when you cannot understand it now, there may be names you still remember, people you thought would always be beside you. You prayed for those relationships. You hoped they would remain. Yet they walked away. Your heart broke. You wondered if you had done something wrong. My beloved child, do not carry every goodbye as though it was your failure. Not everyone is meant to walk every chapter with you. Some people are part of a season. Some are part of a lesson. Some help you grow. Some reveal your strength. And when their purpose is complete, I gently lead your paths apart. That does not mean your story is broken. It means your story is still unfolding. The same is true for opportunities. You remember the one that slipped away. You still wonder what life would look like if that door had opened. But I know every path that was never meant for you. I know every hidden sorrow that waited beyond those doors. I know every burden you never had to carry, because I quietly redirected your steps. One day, you will thank me for the prayers I answered differently. One day, you will understand the blessings hidden inside the disappointments. One day, your heart will see that my wisdom reached far beyond your understanding. Until that day comes, choose trust over regret. Do not spend your life staring at doors that have already closed. Lift your eyes toward the new path I am placing before you. Do not live in the memory of what could have been. Live in the hope of what I am preparing now. My child, I am never taking something away without already knowing what I will provide. My hands are never empty. My plans are never incomplete. When I remove something, I remain beside you. When I change your direction, I walk ahead of you. When I ask you to let go, I do not leave your hands empty forever. I am preparing room for something better, something deeper, something filled with my peace. Trust that I know the difference between what looks good and what is truly good for you. You do not have to understand every decision I make. You only need to remember, my love never changes. The same love that carried you yesterday is carrying you today. The same hands that protected you before are protecting you now. Nothing has escaped my care. Nothing has happened outside my knowledge. Even what feels like a loss today can become part of the testimony you will one day share with joy. So release your regrets into my hands. Release the questions that keep returning. Release the memories that still bring pain. You no longer have to carry them alone. I have been with you through every closed door. I have been with you through every farewell. I have been with you through every unexpected turn. And just as I never left you then, I will not leave you now. Keep walking with me, my beloved child. The path ahead may be different from the one you imagined, but it is still filled with my presence. It is still guided by my wisdom, and it is still leading you toward the beautiful future I have lovingly prepared for you. My beloved child, there are wounds that no one else can see. You have learned how to hide them. You smile. You speak kindly. You continue with your days. Yet deep inside, there are places that still ache, places you rarely talk about, places you have tried to forget, but I know them all. I know the memories that still visit you when everything becomes quiet. I know the words that continue to echo in your mind. I know the moments that changed your heart. Nothing about your pain is hidden from me. You may have hidden it from the world. You may have buried it beneath years of responsibilities. You may have convinced yourself that you have moved on, but I know where the hurt still lives, and I have come close to heal it. My child, you do not have to be ashamed of your scars. A scar does not mean you are weak. It simply tells the story that you survived. You have carried disappointments. You have carried rejection. You have carried loneliness. You have carried regret. Some of those burdens have stayed with you for so long that they have begun to feel normal. But I never created you to live beneath that weight. I created you for freedom. I created you for peace. I created you to live with hope. That is why I continue to work inside your heart. Healing is often quiet. It does not always happen in one moment. Sometimes it happens one gentle step at a time, one layer at a time, one prayer at a time. Each day, I soften what has become hard. Each day, I restore what has been broken. Each day, I replace fear with peace. Even when you cannot feel it, I am still working. Do not become discouraged because healing takes time. The deepest wounds often require the greatest care. I am never in a hurry with your heart. I treat it with tenderness. I treat it with patience. I treat it with perfect love. My beloved child, stop believing that you must fix yourself before coming to me. Come exactly as you are. Come with your questions. Come with your weakness. Come with your tears. Come with your doubts. You do not have to clean your heart before placing it into my hands. Let me do the work. Let me carry the pain you have hidden for years. Let me touch the memories that still make your heart tremble. There are moments you still replay, moments you wish had never happened. You wonder what life would have been if things had been different. But, my child, do not live inside the past. The past may explain your pain, but it does not define your future. Your future is not built upon what wounded you. It is built upon my love for you. That love is stronger than every painful memory, stronger than every disappointment, stronger than every mistake. Nothing in your past is greater than my ability to restore. Nothing. You may think certain parts of your heart are beyond healing. You may believe some tears will never stop hurting. But I am the one who created your heart. I know how to restore what seems impossible. I know how to bring peace where chaos once lived. I know how to bring light into places that have remained dark for years. Trust me with those hidden places. Do not keep them locked away. You are safe with me. I will never use your weakness against you. I will never remind you of your failures just to shame you. That is not my way. I speak life. I speak mercy. I speak hope. When I look at you, I do not see someone beyond repair. I see my beloved child. I see someone worth restoring. I see someone whose story is still unfolding beautifully. There is so much ahead of you. Do not allow old pain to convince you that your best days are behind you. They are not. I am still writing your story. I am still restoring your joy. I am still rebuilding your confidence. I am still teaching your heart how to trust again, slowly, gently, faithfully. One day, you will notice that the pain no longer controls you. One day, you will remember without breaking. One day, you will smile again without forcing it. One day, peace will feel more familiar than fear. That day is coming, because I am already leading you toward it. So, stay close to me. Do not rush the process. Do not lose hope because progress feels slow. Every step you take with me is a step toward healing. Every moment you spend in my presence brings new strength to your soul. Rest in my love. Rest in my grace. Rest in the certainty that I have not forgotten the deepest places of your heart. I am holding them with great care, and I will continue healing you until the peace I have prepared for you becomes stronger than every wound you have ever carried. My beloved child, there are times when you feel as though you must face everything by yourself. You look around. Everyone seems busy. Everyone has their own struggles. You do not want to become a burden, so you carry your worries quietly. You tell yourself you will be fine. You tell yourself tomorrow will be easier. Yet your heart continues to grow tired. I know those moments. I know the silent conversations you have with yourself. I know the questions you never ask out loud. I know how often you have smiled while hiding your weariness inside. But you do not have to hide from me. You never have. My child, I did not create you to live as though you were alone. From the very beginning, my desire has been to walk with you, not only during your joyful days, not only when your faith feels strong, but also during the ordinary moments, the quiet mornings, the busy afternoons, the restless nights. I want to be part of every step you take. Sometimes you think, my presence only appears through great miracles. Sometimes you expect dramatic signs before believing that I am near. Yet so often, I come to you in gentle ways, in the peace that settles over your heart without explanation, in the unexpected kindness of another person, in the strength to keep going when you believed you had nothing left, in the quiet reminder to choose hope instead of fear. Do not overlook these moments. They are often my loving hand reaching toward you, my beloved child. You do not need to wait until life becomes difficult before speaking with me. Walk with me even on peaceful days. Share your gratitude with me. Share your small victories with me. Tell me about the things that make you smile. Invite me into the ordinary parts of your life. The closer we walk together today, the steadier your heart will remain when tomorrow brings uncertainty. A relationship grows through daily moments, not only through emergencies. That is how I desire to walk with you, not as someone you remember only when everything falls apart, but as the faithful companion beside you every day. My child, you often ask me to show you the next step. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I simply ask you to keep walking. Not every road must be seen before you begin. Faith often grows one step at a time. As you move forward, I continue guiding you. As you trust me today, I prepare you for tomorrow. You may not notice every small way I am leading you, but I have never stopped. Even when you chose a different path for a while, even when you became discouraged, even when you wondered if I still wanted you, I remained beside you, patiently, lovingly, waiting for your heart to turn toward me again. Nothing about my faithfulness has changed. My love has remained constant. My promise has remained sure. My beloved child, do not be discouraged because your journey looks different from someone else's. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not falling behind. My plan. Each life unfolds in its own season. Each heart grows at its own pace. I know exactly where you are today, and I know exactly where I am leading you. There is no need to compare your path with another person's. Comparison only steals the peace I want to give you. Keep your eyes on me, not on the progress of others, not on what they have received, not on what they seem to have accomplished. Your story is precious to me. I am writing it with great care, page by page, moment by moment. My child, whenever you begin to feel overwhelmed again, remember something simple. You do not have to carry today and tomorrow at the same time. Live this day with me. Trust me with this moment. Receive the grace I have already placed before you. Tomorrow will come with its own mercy. And when it does, I will already be there, just as I am here with you now. So slow your hurried thoughts. Quiet the fears that try to race ahead. Return your heart to my presence. Take one peaceful step, then another. I will walk beside you through each one. You have never needed to travel this road alone, and you never will. Stay close to me, my beloved child. Let today be enough, and let my faithful presence become the quiet confidence that carries you into every new day. My beloved child, there will be days when you cannot see what I am doing. The road ahead may seem quiet. Your prayers may feel unanswered. The changes you have been hoping for may not arrive as quickly as you expected. In those moments, do not mistake silence for absence. I am still at work. Just because you cannot see my hands moving does not mean I have stopped working on your behalf. Much of what I do begins where human eyes cannot see. I prepare hearts before conversations happen. I arrange circumstances before doors begin to open. I strengthen you before the challenge arrives. I build foundations long before the blessings become visible. Trust what you cannot yet understand. My child, you often want certainty before taking another step. You want to know how everything will turn out. You want assurance that no disappointment is waiting around the corner. But if you could see the entire journey, you would not need to trust me. Faith grows when you continue walking even without every answer. It grows when you choose peace instead of endless questioning. It grows when you believe that my goodness has not changed simply because your situation has not changed yet. Do not allow unanswered questions to become louder than my promises. Remember who I have always been. I have never abandoned those who place their trust in me. I have never forgotten a single prayer spoken with a sincere heart. Every word you have whispered to me has been heard. Every tear has been seen. Every burden has been noticed. Nothing has escaped my attention. My beloved child, sometimes the greatest protection I give you is not changing your circumstances immediately. Sometimes it is changing your heart while you wait, because a peaceful heart can endure what an anxious heart cannot. A heart rooted in my love is not easily shaken by delays. When your heart learns to rest in me, the storms around you lose much of their power. The situation may remain the same for a season, but you will not remain the same. I am quietly shaping your patience, strengthening your character, deepening your trust, teaching you to find peace that does not depend on perfect circumstances. These are gifts that no difficulty can take away. My child, do not despise small progress. Do not overlook the little victories that happen each day. Perhaps today you worried a little less than yesterday. Perhaps today you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness. Perhaps today you smiled even though life is still not easy. Those moments matter. Growth is rarely loud. Most of the beautiful work I do inside you happens slowly, like a seed beneath the soil, like the morning light that gradually fills the sky. Change often comes so gently that you do not notice it until you look back and realize how far we have come together. So be patient with yourself. You are still becoming who I created you to be. My beloved child, when fear whispers that nothing will ever improve, answer it with truth. I am still with you. When doubt tells you that you have been forgotten, remember my faithfulness. When discouragement tells you to give up, remember how many times I have already carried you through days you thought you could not survive. You are stronger than you realize, not because of your own strength, but because my strength continues to sustain you. Lean on me again today. You do not have to prove that you are strong enough. You only need to remain close to the one who never grows weary. My child, as you continue this journey, choose gratitude even for the simple things. The breath in your lungs, the people who love you, the quiet moments of rest, the opportunities to begin again. Gratitude opens your eyes to my presence in places where fear once blinded you. It reminds your heart that I have been faithful before, and I will remain faithful again. There is still goodness ahead of you. There is still hope that has not yet unfolded. There are still blessings that are making their way toward your life in my perfect time. So do not lose heart. Do not rush ahead of me. Do not allow today's uncertainty to steal tomorrow's hope. Simply stay close. Walk with me as you have today. Listen for my gentle voice. Receive my peace one moment at a time. I will continue leading you with wisdom. I will continue protecting you with love. I will continue holding you with hands that never let go. Rest in that truth today, my beloved child, and let my quiet faithfulness become the steady ground beneath every step you take. My beloved child, there is one truth I want you to hold close to your heart today. You do not have to earn my love. You do not have to work harder so that I will care for you more. You do not have to become perfect before you can come near me. I loved you before you understood my love. I called you before you knew my voice. I remained faithful even during the seasons when your faith felt weak. My love for you has never depended on your performance. It has always flowed from my heart. So stop measuring your worth by your successes. Stop defining yourself by your failures. Neither one tells the full story of who you are. You belong to me. That is where your true identity begins. My child, the world around you is always asking you to prove yourself, to achieve more, to become more, to keep chasing the next goal. And while diligence is good, do not let your heart become trapped in endless striving. There will always be another mountain to climb, another expectation to meet, another comparison waiting to steal your joy. If your peace depends on accomplishing everything, you will never truly rest. But I have called you into a different way of living, A life where your value is not found in what you accomplish. A life where peace comes from knowing that you are deeply loved. When you understand this, your work becomes lighter. Your heart becomes freer. You no longer carry the heavy burden of trying to prove that you are enough. Because in my eyes, you have always been precious. My beloved child, I know you sometimes replay old mistakes in your mind. You remember words you wish you had never spoken, decisions you wish you had made differently, moments that still bring regret. You wonder if those memories will always follow you. Listen carefully. Do not build your future around yesterday's failures. Learn from them, grow through them, but do not live inside them. I am not leading you backward. I am leading you forward. Every new morning is another opportunity to walk with me. Every new day is another reminder that my mercy has not run out. Do not keep reopening doors that I have already closed. Leave what has been forgiven in my hands. Lift your eyes toward the path ahead. There is still so much life waiting for you. My child, you may feel ordinary. You may believe that your life is too simple to matter. But I delight in the ordinary moments that make up your days. The kindness you show someone who is discouraged. The patience you offer your family. The quiet prayers no one else hears. The faithful choices that seem unnoticed. None of these are small to me. Love is often revealed through ordinary faithfulness, and those quiet acts of goodness leave a greater impact than you may ever realize. Never believe that only grand moments have value. I see beauty in every act of love that flows from a sincere heart. My beloved child, as you continue walking with me, you will discover that courage does not always look dramatic. Sometimes courage is simply getting up again. Sometimes it is choosing hope one more time. Sometimes it is speaking gently when frustration would be easier. Sometimes it is trusting me for one more day. These quiet victories matter. They shape the person you are becoming. Do not underestimate them. Heaven rejoices over every step of faith, no matter how small it may appear. My child, there will always be voices trying to fill your mind with fear. Voices telling you that you are not enough, that nothing will change, that you should stop believing. But my voice is different. I speak peace. I speak hope. I speak life. When the noise around you becomes overwhelming, come back to my words. Sit quietly with me. Let my truth become louder than your worries. You do not need to chase every opinion. You do not need to carry every expectation. You only need to remain rooted in the love that never changes. My beloved child, as this day continues, carry this simple reminder with you. You are seen, you are known, you are loved, not because you have done everything right, but because you are mine. Walk with confidence that comes from my presence, not from perfect circumstances. Let my peace steady your thoughts. Let my love soften your heart. Let my faithfulness quiet every anxious question that still lingers within you. Wherever this day leads, I will already be there. Whatever tomorrow brings, my hands will still be holding yours. So keep walking without fear. Keep trusting without hurry. Keep resting in my love. I will continue guiding you, protecting you, and surrounding you with my unfailing care. Stay close to me, my beloved child, and let your heart remain at peace, knowing that you are safely held in my everlasting love. My beloved child, before you continue with your day, I want you to rest in this simple truth. I am with you, not only in this quiet moment, not only while these words are fresh in your mind. I will be with you when this day unfolds. I will be with you when unexpected challenges appear. I will be with you when joy finds you. I will be with you when your heart feels uncertain again. My presence does not come and go with your emotions. My faithfulness is not measured by how strongly you feel it. I remain the same. Yesterday, today, and every day that is still to come. So whenever fear tries to return, remember my voice. Whenever your heart begins to race, remember my peace. Whenever you feel alone, remember that I have never left your side. You do not need to search for me in distant places. I am nearer than you realize, closer than your next breath, always ready to strengthen you, always ready to guide you, always ready to remind you that you are deeply loved. My child, there are still beautiful moments waiting for you. There are prayers that will be answered in ways you cannot yet imagine. There are blessings that are quietly making their way toward your life. There are people you will encourage without even realizing it. There are days ahead when you will look back and understand why I asked you to keep trusting me. Until then, do not become weary. Keep taking one faithful step at a time. Keep choosing peace instead of fear. Keep opening your heart to my presence. That is enough. You do not have to carry every answer. You only need to stay close to me, and I will continue doing what I have always done. I will lead you. I will protect you. I will strengthen you. I will never stop loving you. So let your heart be still. Release every burden that has become too heavy. Place every unanswered question into my hands. Leave every fear with me. You were never meant to carry them alone. Walk into this day knowing that my grace goes before you, my peace surrounds you, my love remains over you, and my hand will continue holding yours through every season of your life. Amen.